bag sass, I've been here from the start. A little.
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Lions and the Panthers, and it's all up next.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte.
Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Carolina Panthers.
Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And the quality of opponent goes up a notch here in this divisional round. But he's coming off such a sensational performance, I'm not sure he cares. 4 touchdown passes in the last game, and you'd have to imagine his head coach would sign up for that right now.
And his first look is incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now gone. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is taken around the 12. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
For a guy still in his 2nd year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over to 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Right back to Hubbard.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The play fake. Now Young.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and the Lions will take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. In motion, the tight end. Play action. It's Goff. Eluding the pressure right.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
From the 50, it's Goff. That's caught. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8.
In motion left goes a tight end. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Goff. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Harold Landry gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, They had to punt it away, this time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. And they'll go again here with Hubbard.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll try to throw now. Young.
To the right side and intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
After the interception, here's Goff. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And the Panthers coming out now.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Young.
Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Looking to throw, Young.
This is caught by McMillan.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
On the give, this is Hubbard.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun, and this is going to be a reverse here.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Throwing, Young. This is caught by Evans. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 37. A good pickup there at 22. And that's now 4 completions in a row. Good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Here is Young. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Again, it's Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Now here's the Panthers special teams unit to try a field goal for 3. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that would be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Hubbard is in. Touchdown, Carolina. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Now it's gone.
He's got right on the short throw.
And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. They'll fake the give. Now gone. That is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off play action. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
43 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Young to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Now 2nd and 5.
To throw, Young. He completes it to Evans. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Final play of the half, Young. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the 1st half.
And the Panthers would extend their lead here just before halftime. 17 touchdowns, you remember, for this rookie during the regular season, and now he has his 1st in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, it may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Young will set to throw.
He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
63 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
Now here's Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They'll throw again. Young.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Goff. And oh, it's a safety. Goff got buried in the end zone. He couldn't get rid of it.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This is taken at about the 14. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you got the lead. You're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
First down, they'll stay on the ground with Hubbard.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Hubbard.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. 105 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On the ground, it's Hubbard.
Shifts by at the 15. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It goes as a gain of 9 and it moves the chains.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Hubbard going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk.
2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll look to run with Hubbard.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
In motion goes Raymond.
Goff now to throw.
Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Goff.
Oh, and that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Goff.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Trying to lay one up deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
The Panthers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as we take a look at some of the highlights, we see just how impactful he's been. He and his quarterback have such a great chemistry together, and it's been on full display throughout the contest. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. Shoves him away. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 155 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
Every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Right back to Hubbard.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. The 20. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there for Carolina. 31 yards on the ground.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Chuba Hubbard
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. From the gun, here's Goff.
Throw caught by Raymond.
Oh, and now some space to operate.
And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Goff. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Derek Brown, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Goff now looks to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run.
The Panthers season will press on as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.